Good morning. My name is Carolyn Bohr, and I'll be doing my presentation on honesty. Honesty. We've all been lied to, and it hurts. We also have lied. We've been the giver of the lie, and it creates a domino effect. One lie leads to another lie, and it just keeps on snowballing after that. Also, honesty and trust are one and the same. You cannot have one without having the other. If you want to be trusted, you need to be honest. My definition of honesty. My definition of honesty is for verbal communication, written and or spoken word. Being honest is always speaking the truth to the best of one's ability. Honesty is being free of untruthfulness and deceit. Examples of dishonesty. I think it's important to talk about dishonesty, and many people do not think these five lies are dishonesty, but they are indeed lying. 1. White lies. Harmless little lies, usually to prevent people from getting hurt or hurting one's feelings. 2. Stretching the truth. We are all very good at this one, especially in the sports world. Players brag about their own personal performance or stretch the truth. Coaches will brag about or stretch the truth about their coaching ability or about a play that they ran. 3. Half-truths. Only telling part of the truth, usually to deceive, leaving out part of the story. 4. Being evasive. Totally avoiding the subject or question. Try to change the subject is the most popular way to be evasive. 5. Just plain being silent. Pleading the fifth. Making the choice to remain silent. Is honesty the best policy? I sure think it is, but in the real world, it is not being seen that way at all. In government, in our personal lives, in our professional lives, in sports, honesty is not the best policy. Dishonesty is part of us. It's in our nature. We were born with it. We were born sinners, and it's in our culture. It's part of our spiritual DNA. God commands us in the ninth commandment, Exodus 20:16. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. God only gave us 10 commandments, one of them being, do not give false testimony. Trust and truth and honesty need to saturate every part of our lives. It must reflect everything that we do. The quote I took is from Ethics 101. John C. Maxwell quotes William J. H. Bodeker. Bodeker was a preacher in the early 1900s. Bodeker says, men must be honest with themselves before they can be honest with others. A man who is not honest with himself presents a hopeless case. Yes, it is very difficult to be honest with yourself, but in order to be honest with others, you need to be honest with yourself. Coach John Wooden also said this about honesty. Honesty is doing the right things that we know are right and not giving in to the temptation to do the things that we know that are wrong. Honesty must occur at all times. Honest people stay on the narrow way, regardless of the consequences. John Wooden is a coach I have the utmost respect for. The UCLA basketball program was successful because of his leadership and his moral values. Coach Wooden stopped coaching in 1975 and died in 2010, and he continues to be a mentor to many coaches, including myself. Who should we be honest to as a coach? We should be honest to our players. We should be honest to our parents. We should be honest to our staff. We should be honest to our administration. Players, we want to earn their respects, so it's important to be honest, and then hopefully in return they will be honest with us. Parents, probably the most difficult one to be honest to. Usually if parents want to talk to you, it's about playing time or their son or daughter's physical ability, and you really need to be honest with them. 3, your staff. You want to be honest with your fellow coaches and let them know your expectations and what you want from them and the players that are playing for them. Finally, your administration. You need to be honest with them. I have found out that if you are honest with your principal, your athletic director, they can better support you. Honesty in coaching. What will it do for you? It will set you apart from other coaches. Your players will have more respect and more trust. 2, it will help you build stronger relationships. In order to gain trust, you need to have strong relationships with your parents, players, admin, and your staff. 3, you will gain more trust from your players and your parents. But how do you do it? I have found this out, and it's in Ephesians 4:15, to speak the truth in love. One of my responsibilities as a coach is to determine players' eligibility and then talk to the player and or parent if their son or daughter is not eligible. It's a very difficult thing to do, but I've learned, and I always say it before going in, that I will speak the truth in love when I talk to the players and their parents. Adam Van Houten. Probably most of you have never even heard of Adam Van Houten. I had not heard of him before I started doing research for this presentation. He was a high school golfer playing in the 2005 Ohio State High School Championship. He had a 7-stroke lead when he noticed a mistake on his scorecard. On one hole, a playing partner accidentally scored him a 5 instead of a 6. He pointed out the mistake to the officials. He was disqualified because he had already signed the card. I give Adam a lot of credit. He was probably only 17 or 18 years old at the time, and for him to step up and be honest and cost him a high school championship had to be extremely difficult for him to do. I've included a clip from the movie Concussion. I'll let you watch it on your own. If you've never seen Concussion, it's about Dr. Omalu, who is investigating the effects of concussions on NFL players. Him and Dr. Bells, an NFL doctor, meet with Dr. Maroon, another NFL doctor, discuss with Dr. Maroon the effects of CTE on NFL players. Dr. Maroon chastises Dr. Omalu and thinks he's trying to destroy the game of football. Omalu urges Maroon to tell the truth. If he tells the truth, it can prevent other players from suffering from CTE. If you've never seen Concussion, I highly recommend it. It is a very moving, informative, and revealing movie. In conclusion, honesty is the best policy. Honesty is not going to be easy. It's going to be one of the hardest things you'll ever have to do on a daily basis. 3, being honest starts with one simple step. Speak the truth in love. 4, as John Wood had said, be honest every day. And finally, being honest is how you want to be remembered. I know that's how I want to be remembered. I want my players to have respect and trust me and remember that I was always honest with them. Thank you.